Hello. Uh, Mercy has led me to make this video of explanation. Um, Recently, I was at my wit's end because I was suffering from periodontal disease. Okay, that's where your gums recede from your tooth line, and then your nerves are exposed, and they actually peel back. And depending on, the pain comes from bacteria getting in there and just, mm, oh, it was bad. It was probably the worst pain, and it went for weeks. Um, but thanks to good people sharing their testimonies of techniques and home remedies, I have alleviated my suffering, destroyed the colonies of bacteria, and my gums are regrowing back. Now, during my suffering um, and my dismay, I Googled the internet, and all of these sponsored sites say that your gums cannot grow back, which created despair in my mind and had me figuring that I would probably have to go and get these painful procedures of scrapings and stuff like that and surgery. And nope, that's a downright lie from medical professionals. Now, I am not a medical professional, nor would I want to be, because that means I have a high dollar bill to pay for my schooling, and I have a lifestyle to maintain. So I would say things like the internet says about your gums not growing back. Well, they grew in the first place. They obviously have programming from creator to repair themselves. They are skin. Much like if you cut yourself, it heals and grows back. So don't believe everything you read from experts that have desire to profit from your lack of knowledge. So I'm going to share with you um, techniques that I've been using over the last 9 or 10 days. My gums are growing back in 9 or 10 days. Okay, so there's a thing called diatomaceous earth. It's basically ground up shells, and it's high in silica and diatoms and other things. Okay, um, it and microscopically, it's like sharp little bits that have a scrubbing action, from my understanding and my research. Scrubbing action of your intestinal walls. See, the reason I had and have this gingivitis or periodontal disease, whatever stage it's in, is because of acidosis. I had a high acid content. My pH level was off in my body. This is not based on any tests. This is based on research and speculation and a past study of my diet. Okay, so your body becomes acidic with things like alcohol, smoking, vaping, eating processed foods, uh, eating tons of sugar, drinking corn syrup, stuff that's frankly not food. And once your body becomes this way, candida can flourish. And once candida has control over your gut, now you're not getting nutrients, and your body's becoming very acidic because they're a waste product that they make. So, diatomaceous earth. For the first 5 days, I took a quarter teaspoon 2 times a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. Now I'm up to a half a teaspoon. Okay, for the last 4 days, I did that. Now, another thing was baking soda. I'll take baking soda, quarter teaspoon of baking soda, and a quarter teaspoon of diatomaceous earth, and I would put that in the cup. And then I would take a teaspoon of a calcium and magnesium powder. It's a supplement. The name of it is Calm. Um, and I would mix those three together. And then I also added some Echinacea golden seal extract. Now, careful with that. You can't take it for more than like a week or something like that. So in the morning, I would have quarter teaspoon of diatomaceous earth, quarter teaspoon of baking soda. I would add that to a teaspoon of calcium magnesium supplement. Careful with that, because if you're not used to it, you should probably start with a quarter teaspoon. I'm not a doctor, but you will go to the bathroom and it will be like a water park, okay, till you work your way up. So what you're going to do is you're going to start small and work your way up, okay? Your body's not used to these things. So baking soda, diatomaceous earth, calcium, magnesium supplement, powdered with a squirt of Echinacea golden seal extract, thyme oil, black walnut, oregano oil, and clove oil, all extracts squirted in there. Added some water, mixed it up really well, took a straw, put it in the back of my throat so I don't have to taste any of this nasty stuff, and just drank it down as quick as I could. Put a little more water in there to get the residue out of the powder, out of the cup, to get all of it, and then drink it down with the straw again. I did that on an empty stomach, and then maybe waited an hour or two and then ate breakfast, or just skipped it entirely. Now, you might feel a little uneasy in your stomach and stuff. It's definitely going to build up gas, especially with the baking soda. But 9 days later, my gums are growing back. Okay, now, also in the morning and in the evening, I did a virgin, unrefined coconut oil. Okay, I take a little bit of that, put it in my mouth, let it melt, swish it around for 20 minutes. Now, you're not going to do 20 minutes if you've never done this before your first go. You might get 5 if you're lucky. I find it helpful to keep your head down, so that way you don't want to swallow this because it's pulling toxins and the bacteria out of your gums and your mouth. It's pulling heavy metals out of your mouth too, out of your body. So work your way up to 20 minutes. And then when you're done with that, some people suggest getting some warm water and rinsing your mouth and swishing it out with that. What I use after the oil pulling, I'm about up to 20 minutes now. It took me a while to get to that. Believe me, you're going to want, when you first start doing it, you're going to want to spit it out right away, because I think it's pulling all them toxins out in your body. It's like, get rid of that, and keep your back of your tongue like pressed up to seal off your mouth while you're doing this, because if not, if you swallow some of it, you will feel sick, because it's all that toxins and stuff like that. Once again, I'm not a doctor. Don't try to sue me. This is for your benefit. Okay, so now you make a mouth rinse. 6 teaspoons of baking soda to 2 teaspoons of salt, any salt. I used pink Himalayan salt. That's because what I had. Okay, put that in like a 20-ounce water bottle, recycle a bottle, save the planet, right? Yeah, okay. Put that in a bottle with some warm water, shake it up really well, and when you're done oil pulling, put that in your mouth, swish that from 2 to 5 minutes, spit it out, maybe repeat. That'll get rid of all the residual coconut oil and stuff on your teeth that's loaded with toxins, okay? The salt especially helps. Now, that mouth rinse, I carried around with me in a side bottle, and like a 20-ounce bottle can last me days and days, okay? Every time I ate something. If I was on the road, I didn't have a toothbrush or anything like that, I'd get one of these and clean my teeth. And then I would do the mouth rinse, even after an apple, after anything, okay? So the important thing is to keep your mouth clean, and the baking soda and the salt kills any bacteria, and the baking soda neutralizes the acidic environment of your mouth from your guts until your guts can get healed. It's going to keep producing acid, and it's going to come into your mouth. And once again, I'm not a doctor. Thank God for that. Now, brush, okay? Throw away your garbage toothpaste. It's made by a company. Throw it away. Just get some baking soda. If you want to use baking soda and some coconut oil, that's fine too. I just use straight up baking soda. Now, it's going to be hard, but you have to search around. I didn't check the internet yet, but you need a toothbrush that is very, 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 very soft. The kind they sell in the store that says soft, they're not soft. That's tearing your gums up. They'll never grow back if you keep tearing your gums up. That's what one part of my problem was. That's why it got so bad over all this time, just because of a toothbrush. Okay. But when you brush with that very soft brush, it actually feels so good on your gums. It's one of the most pleasurable massages I've ever had. So with the baking soda, okay, if you drink coffee, and you know you shouldn't drink coffee if for a while if your gums are this way, because it makes your acidic environment. But if you do need your coffee, I take a pinch of baking soda and put it in your coffee. Oh, it tastes like, get over it. This is a treatment for you, okay? Not everything has to taste good in order to be good in your life. Does your job leave a good taste in your mouth? There we go. Okay, I just destroyed that concept, okay? All right, so now, one of the reasons that your mouth is such and your body is such is because you have a vitamin D, a vitamin C, probably vitamin D too, but vitamin C deficiency. Okay. Now I ordered some sodium ascorbate, which is vitamin C in a powder form, and I haven't gotten it yet. However, there are foods that are high in vitamin C. One of them is green and red peppers. Okay, so I've been eating like a cup of red peppers is or green and red peppers is like 300 times the amount of vitamin C that your body needs in one day. So I've been downing peppers every day. I've been eating salad. That's roughage that help cleans out. Not only is there nutrients and vitamins and minerals, but it also helps clean out your colon and get rid of all that bugs and parasites and candida. That's what the black walnut does. It gets rid of parasites and stuff like that. Oregano oil, clove oil, thyme oil. Okay, so dose yourself with some vitamin C. No more sugar until you get a hold on this. Limit your sugar intake. No more sodas. No more. You shouldn't drink soda. No more orange juice. Anything acidic. No oranges. No citrus fruits. No tomatoes. No pickled. No pickles. No pickled jalapenos. No salad dressings that are processed garbage. I just use a little bit of oil. I think it's not olive oil, but the restaurant has it. Olive oil would be better, and a tiny bit of balsamic vinegar. Too much balsamic vinegar is too much acid. Okay, we want to lower acid intake and prevent sugar from forming, making our body acidic. Okay. No more energy drinks, none of that stuff. Just loaded with sugar. But it's sugar free. Don't even drink sugar free stuff. That's terrible for you. I'm not a doctor. Hi, I'm Eric. I'm your friend. Okay, so no processed foods. If it doesn't say apple on it, the ingredients, if it says dried apples with benzoate, don't eat it. Occasionally, you can have a treat. All right. Once you get your body under control, you can, limit your intake on this stuff. I use sorghum syrup and natural, like that actually has health benefits. It's sweet. I can put it on pancakes. Oh, also, Don't have any bleached flour or processed flour products. You should have whole grain flours. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Real quick: baking soda, diatomaceous earth, oil pulling with a virgin unrefined coconut oil, the baking soda and salt mouth rinse, brush with a very, very, very soft brush. Try to find one, or use a toothpick when you're done eating, like this. This has like a, what do you call that, floss thing on the end. Calcium magnesium supplement, echinacea golden seal for oil, thyme oil, black walnut, oregano oil, clove oil. Clove oil helped with the pain when it first. Oh, the pain was great. Now, white eastern white pine needles are high in vitamin C. Boil some water, let it cool down a little bit, and pour it over some pine needles. Maybe even put a chamomile tea bag in there for if you like that. Also, caffeine, limit your caffeine as well. However, green tea does have what is it, catechins in it, I think they call it, and that helps your gums. But not when they were suffering, man. I tried to have green tea because I thought it would help me, and boy, it did not. Okay. When you're in that pain, and clove oil will take the pain away sometime. Put a couple of drops in your mouth and swish it around, spit it out. But that baking soda and salt mouth rinse definitely knocks that pain back quick. And by your third day, if you're eating baking soda twice a day and DE, diatomaceous earth, pretty much the pain's not is is not going to come back unless you eat something acidic or highly processed nonsense, or soda, or something like that, or one of them fancy sugar-loaded coffee drinks. So eat more salad, green and red peppers, lots of vitamin C, more vitamin C than oranges. So, and oranges are acidic, so stop. Um, Apples are good. Okay, there's your help. Now, how did I get this help? Well, I was in such a bad shape, and I saved this towards the end because most people don't even want to hear about God. But I prayed to God. I prayed to God for mercy. I cried to God. The pain was so intense that anytime that I did, He lessened the pain or made it go away so I could get my rest. Okay? There was a few times I had to take ibuprofen in order to get a night's sleep. And when it first started, before I started these remedies on it, that's the only way I could cope. Because it would wake me up. So I prayed and prayed, and then a fellow believer sent me the link in order to see all these good people sharing their remedies. And I started to study that and do those, and they helped. So it was through prayer that I got the information from someone else, from many others on the internet, whereas if I just searched on the internet, it just offered things like gums can't grow back. You need to go see a periodontist and get surgery, and you need to get an x-ray, and you need to go to a dentist, and you need to go to an expert, and you need to blah, 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 blah. Gums don't grow back. Gums don't grow back. Gums don't grow back. You might even have to get your teeth pulled and removed. Well, for about $40 worth of grocery, I stopped it, and my gums were growing back. So, in prayer, He gave me wisdom. The Lord gave me wisdom and said, you need to research for the things that I made that can offer you relief and repair you. And I prayed for full healing with full faith that it could be done, and it's happening. However, sometimes, healing is not a miracle. It's a process. And it's through knowledge that's offered or sent to you from your prayers from someone else. In this case, it is so. So let me be an answer to your prayers. I'm not a doctor. This is just purely for entertainment purposes. Entertaining enough for you to have your life back from excruciating pain in this region. Also, in prayer, it was revealed to me that there was witchcraft put over my mouth, voodoo specifically, in the form of a voodoo doll with pins inserted into the doll on this side of my face. During prayer, Yahweh and Lord Jesus informed me that I can remove the spiritual pins from my face. And as I did so, I can feel the pain leaving my body as I pulled them out and cast them from me. There was about 10 of them. I also had to pray that all witchcraft and altars with my name on them were broken in Jesus' name, destroyed and no longer effective. And then I had to rejoice greatly and thank Yah, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit for their guidance, their mercy, and their grace, and their knowledge and wisdom that they shared with me for the altars that were formed and weapons that were formed against me. See, once again, I had to do something in order to remove what someone else has done unto me. It's not just read, no weapon shall be formed against me shall prosper. It's no weapon formed against me shall prosper because I did this or undid that, what someone has done to me. So, be it in the physical realm or just the spiritual realm or both, be ye healed from what I just shared to you. For I am no doctor, but I do have an understanding, and I also have his understanding. Be well, friends. Shalom.